We are back, yes. Can you believe it's nearly the end of summer?
I know, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
it is. I can't believe how fast everything has gone by. You know what's
It's
so
gone crazy,
weird though? It feels like it's gone by really fast, but then sometimes it feels like it hasn't.
And then it drags a
Yeah,
bit.
does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah,
But I think also as we get older, time flies by faster.
Oh, please. Then time is whizzing by with me. It's like, boom, blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye, it's gone. No, you're quite right. So, what have you done this summer? I know you've been out of state.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I bought that commercial kitchen, so I've been
Yes,
pretty busy
you
with
have.
that. And I think that's what's causing my weeks to fly by because
Yes.
we're so busy,
Right.
And we just hit this really busy spurt of business. And so, but now I have a little breather, and I think
good.
you and I were talking about this earlier. I think it's where we are at right now as people are, because schools are open now.
Absolutely. So they're going back, so
They're
they're not
getting
doing
ready
very
to go
much.
back,
That's
right? I know that Cal State Fullerton is back on campus. I think they
Okay.
started today, actually.
Oh, right. Okay.
What is today? Monday. Oh, yeah. Is it Monday?
It is Monday.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
I like
Okay.
the way we sort of, is it
Right?
Monday?
I know, right?
Bit of a
yes.
blur.
Yeah. So Cal State Fullerton, I believe they started back to school today.
Okay.
And so,
Right.
so back on campus, and so parents are settling into that, and
Yes.
it's kind of interesting because we were off almost 2 years.
That's
was
right.
thinking
it
about
is.
this,
It's been nearly
'cause
2 years now.
I did 3
Yeah.
semesters, 3.5 semesters on Zoom,
Right. There you go.
right?
Isn't it
So
crazy?
yes, and so it's just to get back into the swing of things, especially for the younger kids,
Yes.
right? Has got to be just a huge adjustment for them.
Right. I think so.
So that's happening, and today is National Beach Day. Did you go to the beach today?
I didn't go to the beach today. Darn, is it too late?
I think
sun's
as long
still
as
out.
you go before midnight, you're still
Okay.
in that. You're still in there, right? Yeah.
Right.
So if you haven't gone to the beach yet today, go to the beach because it's
There you go.
National Beach Day. I would like to know what tomorrow is. It seems like there's something National Something Day every day.
Oh, every day it has
Every
something,
day
but it's
there's a
multiple
National
things.
Something Day, right?
Yes.
It could be National Paul Day.
Oh, I don't think they'll celebrate that.
I don't know, Paul. Maybe National Well, there was a BFF Day. Remember?
That's right.
We celebrated
yes, we
that.
Celebrated
Yes,
that.
there was BFF
Yeah.
Day. Okay, so I know that you went out of town for a little bit.
I did.
I went out of town for a little bit. So you
Yes.
start.
Well, I went to North Carolina to see my sister, and I haven't seen her now for 18 months. Actually, no, I lied. 8 months.
Oh wow.
But I haven't seen my niece, who was coming in from UAE, and I haven't seen her for certainly 18 months. So she started in Arizona, and then she went to North Carolina to be with my sister.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she was
So-
in Arizona for a bit.
Yes, she was.
Okay.
And funnily enough, she met with my middle son there. They just happened to be in the same city at the same time, so
wow.
that was wonderful.
Yeah.
So I went to North Carolina, saw them all, had a wonderful time, saw my other niece and my nephew as well, hung out with my sister, helped my brother-in-law to lay the foundations for a pizza oven.
Oh my gosh. Outdoor.
Outdoor pizza oven.
I can't.
So we did this slab of concrete, and I haven't played with concrete now for maybe 25 years. I did so when I was in Africa. We used to do it when I was farming there.
Right.
But I haven't done it here for a long time. So it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
It certainly was. And, he's building this outdoor pizza, and we're planning to go there. I'm going to go there with Kelton at Christmas time.
Oh, that's
going to
be
Christmas
so
with
fun.
them. So then he would have completed the pizza
Yes.
oven, and he'll be making pizzas. All right, it's going to be cold, but
Yes,
I think
yes.
he's making like a gazebo all the way around
Yeah.
it. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
But it's so endless what you can do with that.
Oh, that's right. You don't have to just cook pizza, do you? You can
No.
cook all sorts of things.
Is it wood burning?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
stop. I can't. I might just kind of pop out from behind a bush.
Ta-da, I'm here.
Oh, you and I got.
And
Did you?
where'd you come from?
Right? You invited me, right?
And we'll do a show there and then.
Oh, hey, Robin.
Yes. He would love it.
Right?
We can get direct flights there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I can't understand it. It's like, what? It's endless what you can do with that pizza oven, especially if it's wood burning. And once he figures out the hot spots and all of that,
learn how to use it.
And then the different woods. I could talk to him.
So, he loves making pizza. Even when I was there this time, he made a whole lot of different pizzas for us. But he does them in the barbecue, which is not quite the same because the temperature doesn't get hot enough, really.
Right.
So he's very excited about it.
Oh, it's so cool. So, when I worked for Wolfgang Puck Restaurant, I worked the pizza oven.
Oh, you did? Oh, so you know all about it.
Oh, and when you see those tickets lighting up and you keep hearing the tickets coming out of the ticket, you start sweating bullets. And not because you're standing for the hot pizza oven, because you just got to start making that pizza really fast.
Yes.
Yes, but it is very cool. I love that. Yes.
So we're excited for that.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited for you. You have got to take pictures and send them to me.
I will do.
Yes.
And they got this 12-acre small holding which has pasture in it and it has wooded land as well.
Oh, wow.
And they have a barn that they have their office in and they run their business out of there.
Oh.
And they've got it set up really beautifully.
That is so cool.
Oh, another exciting thing. She got some chickens when I was there. So she's actually chicken sitting, but she has this beautiful coop that she doesn't use. And so I think if it goes well, she probably will get her own chickens, which I'm really excited about. So she's planning on free ranging them. But if it rains, they will go back into the coop and then she'll lock them up. And then there's another section where they go and they roost and they have their eggs. So when I left, there's 4 hens and she was getting 4 eggs a day. And this is from somebody else's chickens.
Oh,
so
wow.
hopefully she'll get her own.
Well, everything you just said is everything I would love.
Oh, I would love it.
The pizza oven, the
Free
chicken
range
coop.
eggs.
Oh, my gosh, I would love that.
Well, if I had a property like that, I'd have my eggs, of course my chickens, and then I would grow cut flowers.
Oh, that would
That's
be
my dream, is to grow cut flowers, and that would be really... And having 4, because they have the 4 seasons there. Can you imagine doing your own tulips and your own daffodils?
How
and
cool would
she
that
has this wood that backs up to the house. And I've got ideas to plant bluebells there and daffodils for her. And you can also, she's in region 5, so I think she can also do lilies, some American
And so would you
lilies.
cut and sell them?
Oh, if I was there? Yes, I would.
Yes.
I would sell them at farmers markets. So I would make mixed bunches and I would sell them at a farmer's market.
How cool would that be?
I would love to do that.
That is so sweet. I love that.
And of course, there in North Carolina, you have plenty of water. You don't need to worry. A lot of bugs, though, in it. It was very hot. I mean, it was got 105 and humid. And we also have this big lake next to them. So my nephew took me out on his boat. The water was like 85 degrees.
Wow.
I mean, I love it.
Wow.
I love it. That is the temperature that I like. It's like a bath water.
So cool.
So we would be bobbing in there in our life jackets with a drink in hand. And it really was fun.
Gosh,
I had a
that is
wonderful
so
time. And we were back
cool.
the next day with my sister on a bigger boat. And I had a great time.
And the unfortunate thing is we're suffering through a drought right
We
now.
are.
And there's farmers that are having to shut down because
They just don't
of
have
the
the
drought,
water.
and they just don't have the water. And that is so sad to hear, to the degree that the restaurants that are that depend on them for their farm to
produce.
table menu
are struggling.
are struggling, and now they're having to change their menu.
They are.
So
I can
it's
believe
so
that.
sad. Yeah.
Well, it was great, and there was some thunderstorms at night. And we don't really have thunderstorms here.
Right, no.
And the rain was just pelting down. It was just...
don't you love that sound?
Loved it. So
my
they have
gosh.
this like outside area that's screened in, so you don't get attacked by the bugs. And we just sat there having dinner, and there was lightning going on, and thunder, and just hear the rain coming down, and it was...
Well,
it was cool. It was really
That's
cool.
so cool, and that sounds like where I was in Arizona,
Okay.
right?
Yes. You were visiting your daughter?
Yes, and
your
they
son?
were having a monsoon.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Was
so
it
there
a
was
downpour?
a lot of lightning, lots of lightning.
Okay.
I mean, it lights up the whole house. It's
It
so
does.
strong.
Yeah, same in Africa. It
yes,
does. And it's like everything
yes.
just really bright.
Yes, and there's rain, and it's I'm okay with the lightning. I don't really get scared of that. I think Madison wasn't happy about it, but
Right.
But yeah.
It's scary when you're not used to it.
Well, I'm used to the rain. In Hawaii, it rains all
Yes,
the time.
it does.
And I love that rain hitting the roofs, right?
Kauai actually is one of the wettest places in the world.
Right. It's like the rainforest.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Love
an area on
Love
the
it.
island where it's a rainforest.
Yeah.
And so when we would go home and visit, it would rain every day. It felt like it rained every day at 12 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. But then, it's warm, it rains, it stops, the sun comes out, and it's warm again.
Yes,
so it's,
exactly.
Oh,
right.
I love it.
But it just leaves this lush greenery, it's beautiful.
And just the smell of the rain.
Oh, I know, right?
It's
yes,
amazing.
Yes, it is. It is. So it just sounds so perfect. The pizza oven, the chicken coop, the cut flowers.
Wouldn't it be lovely to do that?
That would be gorgeous. And the field of cut flowers, right? Oh.
Well, I've decided that I'd like to go somewhere that has 4 seasons.
Where is that?
Well, they have it. They have autumn, winter, spring, summer.
Okay.
And I want it to be cold enough to be able to do spring bulbs, because they're my favorite.
Yes.
And I've had experience with them when I lived in England for 3 years. And you go through this dark winter, it's dark, wet and cold, and then in the spring these beautiful bulbs just come up through the soil.
That's
and
so awesome.
It really makes you happy.
Yes.
And I've never forgotten that, and I'd like to do it again.
See, and so how long did you live in England?
I lived there for 3 years when I was doing my degree in horticulture.
So how old were you?
I was in my early 20s.
See, and
I
so
was 20, 21.
Did you love it as much then as you remember it? Your memories that you have about it?
Oh, I loved it.
Right.
Yes.
Because that's what you were all about at the time, huh?
Yeah.
So now, as you are looking towards your future and your...
We want to relive that, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
So that is cool.
Yeah. But I can just envision that, just the field of the different beautiful colors of the flowers.
And then, when you're doing the bunch selection, when you make these bunches, you want quite a big selection of flowers that you can make. And I plan on doing all field-grown flowers. Maybe do some hoops, which with plastic on, so you get some flowers earlier, and it extends the season a little bit. But I want to do things that are easy to grow and do these bunches and just sell them as bunches.
Well, over here
bunches.
in... I think that might be Costa Mesa, Santa Ana border, where they have that open field at Sunflower and...
Oh, yeah, I know exactly the place.
Is it Sunflower in Maine?
Yes, you can see it from the freeway.
Yes, you can. And so they recently just had their sunflower growth, right?
Yeah.
And so they opened it up to the public, and on the weekends you could see them going in and they would cut their own flowers, and I would imagine they were buying them, right? So that you go in and they probably sell them by the stem, right? You go in and you pick as many as you want.
That's kind of what I want to do.
Right? Wouldn't that be so cool?
It would be great.
Yes. And so then they went through it all, and then they plowed it down, and I don't know what they plant. Right about now, I think they start planting their vegetables, right? Because it goes from the flowers to the vegetables. Right?
So they're rotating things.
They're rotating,
It's nice that they're doing that.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
But when all the sunflowers grew, and they had the different types, so they had the dark, really pretty kind of brown ones, but then they had your big yellow ones, and they had them all in their sections. It was very cool.
Did they have the miniature sunflowers?
I don't remember. No. I don't remember. Maybe.
Well, I remember growing sunflowers in Zimbabwe, and the heads were this big.
Oh my gosh.
They were huge.
Wow.
And what fun they are. And they actually do sort of twist to follow the sun.
Yeah. Oh, they do when they're growing?
Not like that. But they're not spinning around like a top. But they do kind of sort of follow the sun a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Well, that makes sense, because that flowers and
they are attractive. They're phototrophic, so they will follow the light. The sunlight.
That's so cool, though. I love that. Yes, that is... So, I have 2 children that have recently moved to Arizona. And so it allowed my youngest son, to buy a house. And it's so cute because they're all excited. They just moved in to their house this past week. And so now they're posting all on Instagram, and they're all excited. So it's just a place I see us going. often now because two of my children are there now, and so with their families, and so I just see us, finding our path there.
Be nice.
I don't know if we would buy though, but if we would, because both of them bought in the same development, and it's a brand new development.
Very nice.
It's a gated community. Yes, but I don't know. I would want a little bit of land if I did that, but it's so hot there.
It's so hot, which I don't really like it when it's so hot. I think what's very important for me is trees.
Yes.
And Southern California, we're not known for our tree population.
No.
So I would like to go somewhere that maybe up Northern California, up to the Redwoods. I would like.
That would be so cool.
So eventually, I want to end up there. I'm lucky in that Kelton can work anywhere really with what he does.
Yes.
And so, yep, that's my dream.
And that's like my husband. He can pretty much work anywhere with what he does.
Right.
So yeah, and it's just so hot in Arizona.
It is
You're
very, very
limited
hot.
to what you
and
can
it's
actually have
like
there.
desert.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I need it. I need trees and green grass.
Yes, and rain
to make me happy.
Yes,
and rain.
exactly.
And then I'm happy.
And not that dry heat.
No.
Although it's so. And I'm an island girl, so I would need that that balance of that humidity. Because I like humidity, right? So, but Arizona, I don't know what ain't happening there.
Well, talking of drying, we bought what's it,
dehydrator.
a dehydrator.
Yes.
And so our first project is we're going to make some jerky, but we're going to make the African version, which is called biltong.
Oh, that sounds.
So it's more. It's not as sweet as jerky. It's got sort of a more vinegary thing, and we use coriander in it a lot, and white pepper.
Ah, okay.
And it's sort of marinated in vinegar.
Oh, that's not. My mouth is.
Oh, it's so delicious.
I'm getting how when you talk about things like that, you can feel it in the back here.
So the trend has been actually biltong is selling. You can buy it in the shops now.
Oh, really?
So it's So we're going to make big thick pieces.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take a long time to dehydrate. But I think I'm excited for it. And the other thing that we're doing as we speak right now is I have tomatoes, the Roma tomatoes from my garden. I have a lot of them. They've been ripening on the vine, so they're really tasty and juicy. And I'm slicing them in half and putting them in the dehydrator.
Oh, that would be so delicious in a salad.
That's right. And they take I think it's 15 hours or something.
Yeah.
So we're doing that now. Actually, tonight it's going to be done.
Oh, that's going to be so delicious. That's going to be delicious in a salad.
And I have all those lemons on my lemon tree. So I'm going to slice them.
Oh, my goodness.
Dry them, and then you can put them in your drinks.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be so
it's very exciting. So using produce from my garden.
Yes, but I see something unfolding here for your future.
Okay.
Right? I see you testing all these things, and then when you find your perfect little spot of heaven, you have your flowers, you have your chicken coop, maybe your little pizza oven.
Right.
You have your garden of your vegetable garden, and you can harvest all that. You can dehydrate. You can package here.
Do some preserves.
Oh my! Could you imagine?
It's a whole farm stand.
A tomato marmalade.
Oh, delicious.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, I can. I'm gonna have to come move next door to you. So whenever you start looking, you need to let me know so I can look alongside you.
There you go.
And then we'll just open a little stand on the road.
And Madison can come with her.
Right.
Doesn't she want a school bus
she
or
wants
something? She can live in a school bus.
Yeah.
So she can sort of park on the land and she can be a seasonal worker if she likes.
Right. And that's usually when people are traveling in a schoolie like that, that's what they do. Like I knew a couple who had a schoolie, and there was like a seasonal thing that they did with the beet harvest. I can't remember where they would go, but there was a major, I think it was a beet harvest. Oh my God, I want to say, I can't remember now, but her and her husband, they did this.
Traveled around.
Yeah, they traveled around. Yeah.
Well, she makes a killer hand-tied bouquet, doesn't she?
Yeah, see, there you go. And she can be out there harvesting.
I think I'll harvest and she can make them.
There you go.
Okay, well, I'll have to find her and tell her that she's hired.
Exactly.
Yeah. 5 years' time. We're doing it.
5 years. You know what? That's a good timeline, actually, because I have planned things in a 5-year timeline. Right. Yes.
I think 5 years is good.
I think so. So, Paul, when you start looking, you let me know.
All right.
Is it North Carolina, or are you looking somewhere else?
Just somewhere where it has the seasons. So I think, Northern California or further up, Washington State, possibly.
See, I have a friend that lives in Washington State. Yeah. And she moved there from here. She's been there for some time. And she told me when she first got there, she told me the funniest story, that because she didn't realize the winters, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden winter was upon her.
Yes.
And she thought it was really pretty. She was sitting out. She had a lunch break. She went outside and it started to snow. And she's like, oh, it's so pretty. And everybody kept telling her, you need to go home.
Right.
And she's going, why? She goes, no, you don't understand. You need to go home. It was like, I think the first snow or something. Okay. And they were encouraging her to go home because she hadn't experienced this driving in it.
Oh, of course. It can be very dangerous.
So she goes, no, I'm fine. But then they finally convinced her. But by the time they convinced her, the roads got a little icy or whatever.
I hope she didn't have an accident.
Oh, she said she was so sick by the time she got, not sick, but nauseous. Because of the stress it put on her, trying to drive home from her workplace to her house, and because she had never experienced anything like that.
It is nerve-wracking.
Yeah. So, but it was an interesting story that she told me. But so I wouldn't mind the snow because it's a short season, right?
It is, and in a temperate climate, you can still have the snow, but it doesn't sit on the ground for weeks at a time.
Right.
So it'll melt and then it'll come again. And have a funny story. So you and the listeners know that I'm from Africa. So the first time I saw snow, I was maybe about 10, 11, 12 years old. And we were in Europe with my parents, and we went up into the Alps. Oh. And there was this pass, and there was snow. There was snow everywhere. And me and my sister, we were so excited about the snow because we'd never seen it before. So we jumped out of the car. We took our shoes and socks off and ran into the snow.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And my parents, they didn't say anything.
They just let you be.
They just let us do it. And so we were frozen to death by the time that we got back into the car, and everybody thought it was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, good thing you didn't lose a toe or two.
So that was my experience with the snow, because we had no idea.
Oh,
I mean, we know
goodness.
that it's cold. But, when you run onto the beach, you take your shoes and socks off and you run into the sand.
I was just thinking that when you said that. When you said that, I thought, oh, not Hawaii. Right? That's not Hawaii. That'd be snow. Oh my gosh. And to take you to the Alps, that's like snow on top of snow.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
That's my story about snow.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, when we were little, my parents used to take us up to I think it's called Apple Valley. And it was religiously, we went out there.
Yes.
Every season. And it was always when the snow was first falling, right? And so we would get patches of it, and as I remember also, we would go maybe after that too, like when the snow had fallen more, right? So we would be, we would play in it.
Yes.
But my dad went out there because there was a restaurant that he wanted to go, and we did this path. We would stop at this restaurant where he can have his apple pie with cheese on it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What type of cheese?
Cheddar.
Like cheddar?
That's a thing.
You know what? That is a thing. Yes, now that you say it, it is
that's
a thing. Yeah.
There's people that I mean, and I don't know where it comes from, but I think it's I don't know, but it's
Scandinavian? Or?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But apple pie with cheddar cheese.
Oh, wow.
He loved that.
Is it like melted on it, or is it you just sort of
like
have a bite of apple and then a bite of apple pie and then a bite of cheese?
No, it was laid over, and it was kind of a little melty. Yes.
So like savory with sweet?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, a little salty maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
I know. I never jumped on that bandwagon.
Wouldn't dream of it either.
Right.
But then
Right.
I eat like gorgonzola cheese with apple, with a Granny Smith apple.
Oh,
That's delicious.
I have a new appetizer for you that you would love
okay.
with that
What is it?
gorgonzola. So it's like a palm Anna, but we slice it very thin, the potato, and then we layer it, and then we press it. Okay, so
Well, you got me sold at potato.
right,
Carry
right,
on.
right. So we press it and we slow cook it as it's pressed, and then we put it into the walk-in and we press it overnight, and then we take it out and we cut it, and then we drop it in the deep fryer.
Oh, can I order one of these for next?
How
for
many
the next,
pans?
Yeah.
How many pans would you
I'll
like?
have 2 pans.
And
Can you
then-
have it ready by Wednesday?
And then I take my gorgonzola cream
Oh,
that I showed you,
how
and I
delicious.
drizzle it over. I served
nice.
it at an event, and somebody said to me, "This is like eating heaven."
I can relate to that. Yeah. All right.
Because
I'll
it's
have 2
that-
pans,
it's
please.
that it's crispy on the outside,
Yeah.
but it's soft on the inside.
I'm already-
it's
my mouth is
delicious.
watering.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to
Oh
make
gosh,
that for you.
please.
Yes,
Do me a
yes.
little mini version. And
Little
I
mini,
won't.
yes.
Maybe I won't even. Maybe we'll just keep it here. I won't even let
Right.
them know it. Hope that I
Yeah,
have it.
yeah. I'll have
Oh,
to-
unless you do a bigger batch, and then I can share it.
Yes, I'll do a bigger batch for
Okay.
you. Yeah, I actually think I have it on one of my upcoming events. So I'll make extra.
Oh, awesome. Thank you
I
very
know,
much.
right?
Oof, I look forward to that. Is that next week? Is that soon?
I do have quite a few large events coming up.
Oh, good.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
You know, I'm all about that large event.
I
you
love.
know?
You know, that's what my business is based on. It's the
Right?
large events. So
Yes,
it's been very difficult this last couple of years.
and you and I are working on one right now, which I'm
We
so
are.
excited about. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's just absolutely beautiful.
It's
And
very
so
exciting.
once we get all the pics for that one, we're going to have to post it on our BFF
I think we should.
Instagram.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, because
Well, we did that the pool party recently together, didn't we?
oh yes, we did.
And then you shot off to go to Arizona.
Yes, I did, because my grandbaby needed me.
But that was
Yes.
fun. You know, we got toys for in the pool. Did you see all the toys
I
we
saw
did?
that.
And they had like a sand area, and
Was
we did
that
some
part
games.
of the house, or did they just put that
No,
in
they've
for
always had that.
the? Okay, because I
Yeah.
thought that was an interesting
No,
part
they've
of the
always
house.
had it.
Wow, that's like they brought their beach to
Yeah,
them,
that's right. Well, they have a section that's just sand.
Just sand.
And
yeah.
so we got some games that they'll play in the sand, and then I got all those blow up rafts and
right,
things for
right.
the pool.
That was very
and
cool. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So I really and I know they loved your food. I think it
Oh,
was. So
thank
you
you.
did like an American barbecue
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
we did. Well, my favorite of it all was the fried chicken. I did a little
Yes,
fried
in
chicken,
the
and
buckets.
in the buckets, yeah.
Yes.
And then we did the grilled corn alongside that we had
Very
all the
nice.
different butters with.
Oh,
And
how wonderful!
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know the host. He really wanted that, didn't he?
Yes, he really wanted that. So I
Yes.
watched him. He went over to the chicken. He goes, "Let
Yes.
me taste this." And so I was like
So you
really
were judged
nervous.
on your chicken.
Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. And he grabbed one out of the bucket and he took a bite and he goes, "Oh, this is really good."
Nice.
And he just kept biting and biting. So I was happy.
Well, I think you sent me pictures of your stone fruit salad. Is it?
Yes, yes, uh-huh.
God, it looks so delicious.
Yeah, I love
So
that
delicious.
salad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love to build my salads.
Yes.
I'm all about a really good built salad.
Love that.
Where with every, when you go in to get your salad, you're getting everything.
Yeah.
So I always layer my salads so that you get every part and piece. I don't
That's
just put the lettuce and then pile all the goodies on, because inevitably what happens is the goodies end up on the bottom.
They do,
Yes,
don't they? And
yeah,
you just end
yeah.
up with a plate full of
Exactly.
iceberg lettuce.
Yes, So I've been layering my salads for years.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everybody gets something.
Do you put the salad dressing on the salad, or do you allow your guests
It
to do that?
depends. It depends, because I will add the salad dressing to it, but it depends on the salad
It
too.
does, doesn't it?
Yes,
Also,
yeah.
because you don't want it to get soggy, do you?
No,
Right.
no.
Because I think you've done this in the past. You do a very light dressing on it, and then you put extra dressing on
Yes,
the side
I
in
do.
case they want to.
Yes,
But I
I
think
do
that's a
that.
great idea,
Yeah,
because I like a lot of dressing on mine.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
I'm always asking for extra dressing in my to-goes and
Yep.
yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to going into fall and then the holidays, because
Yes.
there's a lot of people out there anxious to do their holiday parties.
They are.
Because they've been on hold, and I think we're going to see it come Thanksgiving, Halloween, and
well, I've had a lot of inquiries for my bigger events, which I do. But I do see an uptake in home parties this year.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing as well.
I think some people are not necessarily comfortable going into a big banquet
right
situation, but they are at their home. So you're talking like 50 people maybe.
Yes, exactly.
So I am seeing that happening.
And I don't know, because we haven't decorated. Because usually, I have clients that have me come in and decorate for their holidays, like their Christmas, and so because that hasn't been something to do for a while, it's I'm interested. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that, and how they approach that.
I try and avoid decorating houses because it takes a lot of time, and it's a very personal thing. But what we do is we rent out Christmas trees, so we use artificial trees, and they sort of take it and they go with a color scheme. We put it up for them, and they have it for a week or two, and then we pull it down and store it.
Wow!
Yeah. And I saw that happening last year, and I think that trend's going to happen again this year.
I like that, actually, because the client then doesn't have to store, and that's coming from a person who's always put multiple trees.
Right.
I've always had multiple trees in my house, and the setup and the breakdown is horrendous.
It is.
So to have someone else do it, but still.
Great. Well, we have a basic tree that we do. They choose the color, and then I encourage them to get their own personal ornaments and just layer them on the top.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's nice.
Huh. That's sounding really good, actually.
Oh,
oh my gosh.
Well, let me know, because we have trees for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to.
You know what? I have like a bubblegum pink tree.
Do
I have 3 of them, different sizes.
Wow.
Is that something you might be interested? Maybe Madison will put it in her bedroom.
Maybe. Well, she had a tree in her bedroom last year.
Nice.
I can't remember.
Pink?
I think it was a color. But no? Oh, she's shaking her head no to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They did put pink trees for the girls.
Oh, that's right.
That's
yes.
what we did.
Okay, that's where we're getting confused.
That's
Sorry,
what
my
we did.
apologies.
We did pink trees in my grandbaby's bedrooms.
That's right.
Yes,
and she did all sorts of things on it.
That was her. That was very sweet of her to do that
Yes.
for the nieces, and they loved it. Yeah, they absolutely loved it. So this year they're going to be in their new house in Arizona. Okay. So I have a feeling we'll be out there decorating.
Very nice.
Yeah. I think that's where we're going to end up being for Christmas. Actually,
very nice.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, like every day of the week, just flying by.
But before you know it, it's going to be Christmas.
I know.
So I'm actually going to go to my sister for North Carolina for Christmas.
Are you?
Yeah, we're just going to go for a little bit.
Well, I think my daughter actually is going to put a pizza oven in her backyard in Arizona.
Oh, she is?
Yes, I just realized. I just remembered that right now.
I can help her to do the concrete slab for that if you like.
We might have to take a trip out there.
I think so.
Well, we've been trying to get out there, but COVID interruptions and and then all the work we got all of a sudden. So yes, but and I know we've said this before, we do need to tap into Dana Point Nursery and see if they would.
I would like to, because there's been some big changes there. Because I follow them on Instagram.
Yes.
Some very big changes, and for the better. I think it's
maybe
amazing.
we can sneak it in before the holidays.
I think we should try and do that.
I think so, because then that can just that we can do our show there, and then right before the holidays, kind of rev it up a bit. So
and I think that would be great. All right, let's contact them.
Okay. Wow, it's already been 30 minutes.
Oh, we've been chatting up a storm, haven't we?
Storm, yes.
Okay.
And they're just listening to us talk.
I know.
It's just the two of us in the world, right? It's just you and I, Paul, BFFs.
That's it, BFFs forever, sure.
Okay, so what shall we do this again? Well, we need to do it next week.
We should. I think we kind of had our little vacation time, haven't we?
Yes, we went on a tad bit of a hiatus. That's what.
Well, we did the big show. The big show with the singing and pairing it with wine. So
that
if
wiped us out.
People haven't seen that show,
right?
Please. That was a great show. And I think it did kind of wipe us out.
Yes, you need to listen to it on our Podbean or even watch it on our YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yes, because we
got
it all.
It was a lot of fun. That display that you did in front of us was amazing.
Yeah, I love those. I love those charcuteries.
You do?
Yes, I do. I do. But, we've got our YouTube channel. We've got our Podbean for the podcast. We have our Instagram. And you need to check out Paul's Instagram too. Paul Fenner Florals,
That's right. Floral Design on Instagram. And you've launched your new one, haven't you?
I do. I have a brand new Instagram for my catering company, Backstage Affair.
That's right.
Yeah.
So please look them up and you can see what we're doing.
And you might even see us talking to each other, because...
we do little comments to each other every now and then.
Well, we might go live on occasion too.
Well, yes, I think we should.
We should, right?
Yeah,
right? Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. A lot of fun.
Right. Okay.
A lot of projects we have to do.
Thank you for joining us. Watch us over and over and over.
And thank you for listening and joining us in our fun and laughs.
And just learning a little bit more about us every time you do, right? So, alrighty. Well, come back, watch us, tell your friends, and check out our Instagrams, our YouTube, and we even have a Facebook.
Yes, we do.
So
please.
Facebook, not the Facebook. See, we're younger than we look.
I think you're right.
My daughter is so embarrassed right now. She's shaking her head. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back soon.
Take care.
All righty.
Bye-bye.